in a day, or days in a year, or years in a lifetime for me to adequately express how much I love the Twilight movies. Ever since I first watched Twilight at a friend's sleepover when I was 12 years old, I have been making fun of Edward's golden contacts and glittering skin.
This is the skin of a killer, Belle.
And Jacob's nasally voice and complete disregard for boundaries.
He's got his hooks in you so deep.
And Bella's stuttering, sulky, Oscar-worthy performance.
You don't know a thing about his soul.
But through all the countless, painfully hilarious rewatches of these movies, I have not once read the books. Until now, bitches. Until now. This year marks Twilight's 20th anniversary, and tonight, for the very first time, I'm going to be cracking the digital spine of a book that swept millions of adolescent girls into a Beatlemania-esque frenzy in the mid-2000s. And hugely influenced the fantasy and young adult genres, not to mention pop culture as a whole. As a superfan of the movies, I am beyond excited to experience this story as it was first written. What are these characters like on the page? What might the movies have missed? And if I enjoy the first book in the Twilight saga, don't be surprised if you catch me snuggled up with the rest of the series as we move into the cold, bitter months of winter. So brew yourself a steaming cup of tea or coffee, grab your coziest blanket and your fluffiest sweater, I know I'm going to, and join me on this dreary, blustery, rainy autumn day for a journey to Forks, Washington, where we will seek to answer that age-old question: Team Edward or Team Jacob? I am ready to share my reaction to my favorite book that I never read, Twilight. And let me tell you, expectations, sky high. Reality, off the charts. Yeah, I've been reading up a storm this month, so I finished this one a little while ago. So I'm just going to share the impressions that stand out to me from it. It was amazing. It gave me all the cozy vibes and the hilarity that I get from the movies. It was so unintentionally funny. Things like Edward's skin being cold, hard stone. That's attractive. And this thing he kept doing where he was like very quickly singing under his breath. Or like the vampires, when they were talking, they would like, their lips would be moving so quickly that they were like vibrating and you couldn't capture what they were saying. That is the most hilarious image ever. And the fact that every single conversation that Bella has with a boy is him asking her on a date, asking her to prom. The hashtag not like the other girls vibes. Honestly, I feel like Stephanie Meyer created that trope with Bella. but I will say it was fun being in Bella's mind. I can't say Bella with a straight face, put herself together. I feel like I got more insight into her as a person. Like, she was pretty funny. Can we talk about how toxic Edward is? He's like snip-snapping all the time with his emotions. Bella is always walking on eggshells around him, like she's scared to say something because he might get all mad at her. And then 2 seconds later, he'll be like laughing and joking with her. And the way he straight up gaslights her all the time, like in that iconic scene where he crosses the parking lot to save her from the car. And then she's like, how did you get across the parking lot so quickly? And he's like, Bella, I was right next to you. And he's like getting angry at her. Excuse me. The scenes that I expected to be gasp worthy were not. Like, she kind of just gradually realizes he's a vampire. And hello, the scene from the movie where they're in the woods and he's like, say it out loud, vampire. That didn't even happen. I think they were like in a car or something. And then, like, the scene where his skin is all glittering, I expected that to be some mic drop moment. It's like a cliffhanger chapter ending of him stepping into the sunlight. And then the next chapter is just like, I couldn't stop staring at him. I had been staring at him all afternoon. His skin literally glittered like a million diamonds. That is just not what I was expecting. I was expecting chapter opening, diamonds, millions of them glittering all over his naked torso. But alas, not much happens. Okay, sure, they have this like intense, very intense Romeo and Juliet-esque love for each other, love at first sight for each other. So that's kind of going on throughout the book. But then randomly they go play baseball, and then all of a sudden it's like a life or death fight, and Bella just immediately decides she's gonna abandon her dad, fake her own death or something. No, not fake her own death, but like throw off these vampires. So I guess I was just expecting more seeds being planted earlier on of these other vampires who might be out to get her. I don't know. And the love triangle is not even really a thing. It's more like a love octagon with all the people who are going after Bella, which reminds me, I didn't even mention that, yeah, every conversation with a boy is him asking her out. Every conversation with a girl is her being jealous and gossiping and wanting to go shopping for shoes for prom, even though Bella is not into that kind of thing. I could go on. Overall, it was extremely cozy. The overcast, foggy, rainy Forks, Washington setting, and the woods, and the, I don't know, going to school, and her, like, cool truck and stuff. It's just ultimate small town cozy vibes, and I'm obsessed. Which brings me to a very important question. Will I be continuing the series? Well, why tell you if I can show you? That's right, I did invest in a copy of the next book in the series, New Moon, which I'm not reading right away, but I can definitely see myself returning to in the next few months. Probably in the depths of the winter when I need something cozy and fun and funny to keep me company on a bitter, cold day. So this has been very fun and I'm really excited to continue. I'm just so glad that the book held a candle to the films because that is very good news. I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe a trip down memory lane for you, maybe a brand new introduction to the world of Twilight. Were you a Twilight stan growing up? Were you Team Edward or Team Jacob? Ah, you thought I'd forgotten about that very important question. But I fear I can't answer yet because Jacob has such a small role in this book, and I think New Moon is when he starts to really shine. So let's see if he's as annoying in the books as he is in the films. Am I Team Edward? Right now I feel like I'm Team Jacob because Edward is so toxic. I am Team... Charlie.
Hi, Edward.
No, I'm not. I'm not, because he can't even cook a meal. I don't think I'm on anybody's team right now. They are all questionable. Thank you so much for watching. Happy reading, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!